with Oholiab, and every wise one in whom Yahweh put wisdom, Bezaleel made the tabernacle, and the ark, and the table, and the lampstand, and the altar of incense. Shemot, Exodus chapter 38. And he made the altar of ascending offering of acacia wood. 5 cubits was the length thereof, and 5 cubits the breadth thereof, 4 square, and 3 cubits the height thereof. And he made the horns thereof upon the 4 corners of it. The horns thereof were of one piece with it, and he overlaid it with copper. And he made all the vessels of the altar, the pots and the shovels and the basins, the flesh hooks and the fire pans. All the vessels thereof made he of copper. And he made for the altar a grating of network of copper, under the ledge round it beneath, reaching halfway up. And he cast 4 rings for the 4 ends of the grating of copper, to be places for the staves. And he made the staves of acacia wood, and overlaid them with copper. And he put the staves into the rings on the sides of the altar, wherewith to bear it. He made it hollow with planks. And he made the laver of copper, and the base thereof of copper, of the mirrors of the serving women that served at the door of the tent of appointment. And he made the court. For the south side southward, the hangings of the court were of fine twined linen, 100 cubits. Their pillars were 20, and their sockets 20, of copper. The hooks of the pillars and their fillets were of silver. And for the north side 100 cubits, their pillars 20, and their sockets 20, of copper. The hooks of the pillars and their fillets of silver. And for the west side were hangings of 50 cubits, their pillars 10, and their sockets 10, the hooks of the pillars and their fillets of silver. And for the east side eastward 50 cubits. The hangings for the one side of the gate were 15 cubits, their pillars 3, and their sockets 3. And so for the other side, on this hand and on that hand, by the gate of the court, were hangings of 15 cubits, their pillars 3, and their sockets 3. All the hangings of the court round about were of fine twined linen. And the sockets for the pillars were of copper, the hooks of the pillars and their fillets of silver, and the overlaying of their capitals of silver, and all the pillars of the court were filleted with silver. And the screen for the gate of the court was the work of the embroiderer, of blue and purple and scarlet and fine twined linen, and 20 cubits was the length, and the height in the breadth was 5 cubits, answerable to the hangings of the court. And their pillars were 4, and their sockets 4, of copper, their hooks of silver, and the overlaying of their capitals and their fillets of silver. And all the pins of the tabernacle and of the court round about were of copper. This is the sum of the things for the tabernacle, even the tabernacle of the testimony, as they were counted, according to the command of Moshe, for the service of the Levim, by the hand of Ithamar, the son of Aaron the priest, and Bezaleel, the son of Uri, the son of Hur, of the tribe of Yehudah, made all that Yahweh had commanded Moshe. And with him was Oholiab, the son of Achisamach, of the tribe of Dan, an engraver, and a skillful workman, and an embroiderer, in blue, and in purple, and in scarlet, and in fine linen. All the gold that was used for the work in all the work of the sanctuary, even the gold of the offering, was 29 kikarim, and 730 shekalim, after the shekel of the sanctuary. And the silver of them that were numbered of the congregation was 100 kikarim, and 1,775 shekalim, after the shekel of the sanctuary. A beqah, a head, that is, half a shekel, after the shekel of the sanctuary, for every one that passed over to them that were numbered, from 20 years old and upward, for 600,000 and 3,550 men. And the 100 kikarim of silver were for casting the sockets of the sanctuary, and the sockets of the veil, 100 sockets for the 100 kikarim, a kikar for a socket. And of the 1,775 shekalim, he made hooks for the pillars, and overlaid their capitals, and made fillets for them. And the copper of the offering was 70 kikarim, and 2,400 shekalim. And therewith he made the sockets to the door of the tent of appointment, and the copper altar, and the copper grating for it, and all the vessels of the altar, and the sockets of the court round about, and the sockets of the gate of the court, and all the pins of the tabernacle, and all the pins of the court round about. And of the blue, and purple, and scarlet, they made finely wrought garments for serving in the holy place, and made the holy garments for Aaron, as Yahweh commanded Moshe.